goodness, it is so gorgeous. And hoping someone will jump on. If not, it's fine. I'll use the content later. But yeah, I'm just going to keep it live here for a while. See, phone's at 45%. And I am just chugging along at 800-ish watts. And it's got me going about 1.5 miles upriver against the current out here on the Mighty Mo. I passed or went by, whatever, we passed one another, one of the notorious barges, and it was loaded down with stuff. I couldn't quite make out what it was loaded down with, but it did blare its horn, and that was awesome. It is off in the distance there. You can see the cars going by. I gotta look it up, but it runs right alongside the executive airport for downtown Kansas City. And so, yeah, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous day. Oh my goodness. And so, if you want to see anything, I see there's 6 folks joining at this point. I don't really know how Go Live works on YouTube for this purpose. Like, I've done it with Leslie Ray, with my wife. But honestly, that's going through a streaming software. I don't really know what to do out here with my phone, but guys, look at this view. And you know what's funny is people around Kansas City don't appreciate this river. It is a navigable waterway. And what I love about it is if I stayed on this river going that way, I would wind up in St. Louis at the Mississippi and could then navigate all the way down to the Gulf of whatever we're going to call it and loop around Florida and do the Great Loop. In fact, some people have done the Great Loop in a boat similar to size the Seeking Soul Seeker, which I think is absolutely nuts. Obviously, they wouldn't do it with an electric, but look at that. Listen to that. Yeah, when I say listen to that, I mean listen to nothing. All I'm hearing is water lapping by, taking in the sun, the casual pace. Other than that one barge, there has been no traffic out here at all. There was a fishing boat that put in at Caw Point similar time as me, and they went up the Kansas River and kept going. And I have just enjoyed the Missouri. I did put the fishing pole out, so I'll show you here. You'll have to disregard my bare feet. But I did put the fishing pole out and caught nothing because ain't nothing to catch right now. It is every fish is out there taking a nap, I think. Okay, now here's a fun part for those of you who are still watching. The Missouri River is channelized and it has wing dikes all over it. Here's a wing dike right out there in the distance. You can kind of see it out there. So they're rock formations that the Army Corps of Engineers puts in place to keep the river in a channel. And that allows it to be navigable by big things like barges. And you can see right over there, you can see it as the water is kind of disturbed right in there. That water is rushing over a wing dike. And they're kind of dangerous because you could actually drag bottom and not even know you're doing it. And so what you have to do is note, okay, where's the water flowing? Follow the outer edge of the water and you will stay in the channelized area. But when you're on the inside part of a bend, so in this case, if I were right in here in this area, there are wing dikes right out there. In fact, you can see the water effect right there. Look at that. Oof. If I were over there right now, I would be losing this little motor and getting it jacked up, but actually not, because this motor, if you did not know, it has a little kickback feature. So when you run aground on something, it actually like kicks up and protects your motor. And so right now I am jumping to the other side of the river and trying to watch that section over there so I don't hit one of those wing dikes. I'm staying like right in the middle. But just a beautiful day out here in Kansas City. I'll turn behind here and you can see, look at that. That's awesome. It's funny. I had a guy who made a comment on one of my recent videos where I was heartbroken at the Torpedo that I bought and turned out to be DOA, PEOS, whatever you want to call it. The guy sent me a dead motor, and the Torpedo crapped out on me actually at Call Point down the way up here. And I was very disappointed, but the view in the background of the city really kind of changed the mood. And the guy was like, "What's encouraging? What turns a frown upside down? That dirty, nasty brown water?" And I'm like, "Wrong attitude, man. Look at that. Is it is it not see through? You like you can't see the bottom? Absolutely, you can't see the bottom. It's filled with sediment, but that doesn't make it filthy, nasty, gross. I mean, it's a beautiful day. The wind is just right. The sun is excellent. The river's not rushing too hard. This is a great day to be out on the Missouri River. I do not know for the life of me why Kansas City folks aren't out here more. You do see fishermen every now and then, but what about just pleasure boating out here? This is so nice. I'm having a great time, and I invite you to consider getting your own Seeking Soul Seeker and little ePropulsion motor. And I was making some content earlier about how cool it is that that battery right here captured some sunshine from last week through the solar panels. And now I'm able to cash those in and use those on a day like today, where it's nothing but blue skies, gorgeous surrounding, and navigate up the river and do so in absolute harmonious silence. Now, am I going fast? No, I am not going fast. I don't care about going fast anymore. I'm pushing 50, and I could give two rips about going fast. In fact, I prefer the slower pace. I don't judge people who like going fast. That's awesome. I used to love jet skis and speedboats and all that. Heck, I don't even judge those who are like, "Oh, I love my gas." Go ahead, love your gas. But man, you cannot beat the silence and the serenity that comes with electric drive while you're out here. Just awesome. So there it is. Thanks for watching.